Hi guys, Deanna here. I just want to welcome you to this exciting series that I have coming up. It's a leadership series. I love the concept of fairy tales. I love the aspect of people who kind of come from behind and then, I don't know, just find their dreams that are coming true. And so I thought that I would tackle some icons in fairy tales. And the first one is going to be Cinderella. So one of my favorite things about Cinderella was that she was given a pair of really uncomfortable shoes. And I know for some of you this may sound really corny, and for some of you that are guys are probably thinking, oh my gosh, do I really need to watch this? You don't have to, but we're going to be having a lot of fun. I'm going by her fairy godmother, but she wore them and she learned how to dance in them. Moral of the story, sometimes you have to step into uncomfortable situations in order to find your destiny. I'm going to be making some videos talking about some leadership traits. This is something for me that I'm excited about. I just want to share some things that I've learned about leadership, and actually some things that I've learned from struggling. I think part of the reason that I love Cinderella is she was somebody that sort of lost it all, and then she came back to be the queen. So Cinderella ends up making dresses for the stepsisters, cleaning up after them, doing the dishes for them, being locked in a room. And the moral of the story, you know, you're gonna have haters in your life. You're just gonna have them, especially when you're beautiful, you have beautiful feet. They could tell she was talented, she was singing pretty, she was able to talk to the animals, and she was able to garden and do all of these things. But always be positive and nice to people. You never know when the people that you are putting hexes on and saying negative stuff to end up being your queen. And so this first series is going to be about Cinderella and leadership traits. Lead like Cinderella. A few of the character traits, and we're going to go through each one of these in different videos, but I want to talk to you about different leadership skills and leadership traits that Cinderella does have. In the beginning of the movie, they talk about being kind and being courageous. And so, and this is the other thing. So she has her mother's dress, her mother who died, and she's excited because she's building a ball. She's excited because she's sewing a ball gown. And then Cinderella's sisters, stepsisters, they rip that. They destroy something, number one, that she created, something that had significant value to her. She must have been devastated, because I know from my experience with my kids that would have destroyed them, the one thing that they have left of their mother. But what does she do? She sobs, but and she's crying and she's upset and she's in a room and she's believing that her opportunity to ascend out of this crap and the dirt and the dust that she's in is over. But the fairy godmother comes, the woman of influence comes, and then she's hugely iconic, but you think of her as being somebody who maybe is just, you don't really evaluate like why her story is so amazing. But when you break it down, Cinderella could say, oh no, my stepsister and stepmother told me to stay here, I'm not going to go. But there's a little bit of, not defiance, but wisdom and strength and courage. Well, she's very courageous, and she decides, you know what, I'm going to that ball. I'm going to the ball, but I don't know what I'm going to wear, but I'm going. I will go. And I'm going to put my name in the pot of being able to get that one position that's at the top of this entire kingdom. And so in spite of all that, she says, I'm going to go. And then the fairy godmother, Favor, comes. And in spite of the fact that her dress is ruined, she goes. How many times have we created something? People have said awful things about it, destroyed things that meant so much to us that we put work into, and then we just were devastated by that. But what do you do after you come face to face with failure? Do you step back into an opportunity that doesn't look exactly the way? You're not wearing the same dress. You're in a different situation. You know, the lesson here is to step into your destiny in spite of the losses that you've had. Get up out of the cinders, stop crying, put on your happy face, fix your hair, and go out and grab the thing that you want regardless of the recent failure. She lost everything. She was the lowest of the low in her society, and then she rose to basically become the princess, and you can assume that she's becoming the queen. She had her friends who were vermin or rodents. The prince, who I don't understand why he can't just look at all of the beautiful blondes and then figure out which one is Cinderella, but he lets everybody in the kingdom try on the shoes as if he can't notice that, you know, an older woman is not Cinderella, but that's besides the point. Which some of us, we've had our friends be called rats or whatever, and other people not like them as much, but when push came to shove, they were loyal, and her friends had her back and were the ones that brought her to the castle, were transformed and took her there so that her dreams would come true. So everybody's trying to fit into her glass slipper, right? And they can't find her because she's hiding somewhere with her mice. She has poise, she has grace, so in spite of her pain, she not only walks in those shoes, but she dances in those shoes. She's hiding somewhere in the attic. But the thing is that those shoes, in my opinion, imagine they're like, the shoes really represent her entire life. Everything she's gone through, think of them as glass being able to hold her very footprint, like a sleep number bed. You know, it can kind of read your body like fingerprints. So the shoes are like that because other people can't fit into her shoes because they haven't gone through those experiences. Her imperfection with leaving the shoe behind was a way for the prince to find her and for her to achieve her destiny. It's the very experience and the very refinement of her life through all that crap, through everything, that has made her more qualified to be the princess and the queen than anybody. So he goes out and he has everybody trying them on, but somebody's trying to steal her destiny. But she's really the only one who can fit into those shoes. So the thing is that you will have people in your life that want what you've got, they're going to want what is really destined to be yours, because your destiny and your future is only yours. It's for you. It's not for them. And so step forward and say, yes, this is my future. I am going to put my foot in there. I'm going to put myself into this place where I believe I belong based on my life experience. And then, of course, she fits the shoe perfectly. So I want to ask you guys to invite your friends, invite your, even your kids. I'm inviting some of my daughters for us to explore this. Join my Facebook group. It's facebook.com, and then it's Deanna Falchook. It's my name. Join my Twitter, which I just opened, Deanna Falchook. Join my Instagram, Deanna Falchook. We will be following up with the series with Periscope. So having the Cinderella mindset really is about being kind, having a positive mental attitude, but being strong, knowing that you have a destiny, being able to withstand, the hard work in life, the changes that you have to go through, being able to be uncomfortable sometimes, but also when it comes time for you to really claim the prize, not to just shrink back in the background, but step forward, walk into those uncomfortable shoes, end up dancing in them, and in the end, claiming your spot, regardless of your pedigree, regardless of the awful way that you started your life, and taking it and claiming it and living it. So having the Cinderella mindset just means being resilient, being strong, and demanding your happily ever after.